Good evening, Goffstown, and welcome back to the Goffstown High School, the Grizzly Den, where the Lady Grizzlies will be playing tonight against Trinity High School. And I am here, Bob Bartolucci, with my colleague, Rob Foreman.
Hi, Bob.
How are you, Rob?
Good.
Rob, so we have a few things to talk about. Obviously, 2 weeks since our last game. Last home game that we did. And since then, there's been 3 games on the road. So they started with a game out in Spalding. So you were there. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
One of those games where they checked out of school at 1:15 to get up there for a 6:30 game. Complete control from start to finish. They ended up winning 52-33, but they were up 24 after 3 quarters. I mean, the run and gun was going. Winterburn, rebounding, running the floor. Maggie and Ava taking it to the basket. So exactly what we suspected would happen happened. The breakout performance that night was Ava Vaughn, who had 17. She could do no wrong. I had a little joke after the game with her, like, you didn't fall on the floor, so maybe that's the key. Don't fall on the floor. She had a great game, offensively, defensively, rebounding, just a real complete game for her. So that was up in Spalding. Then we turned around and played probably our best competitor since the opening night, which is Bedford. Bob and I were both there, got a little camera time on
right.
WMUR. So tell us a little bit about the Bedford game.
Well, the Bedford game, obviously we were right there. There was some kind of not so good-looking fellow between us, but anyhow, we were there for that game. I honestly thought that first half at Bedford was probably the best half that these girls, I've seen this team play.
Very complete.
It was complete. I mean, they were shutting down Bedford pretty well. They seemed to control the court. They were hitting their shots. The scoring was spread out with pretty much all the players. I thought it was great. And at halftime, we were up. And I thought for sure, I said to myself, if they come out the second half the same way, there's no way Bedford wins. Yeah. Unfortunately, we did not.
Yeah.
So
definitely a tale of 2 halves.
Yes.
It was. And I think Lana, their big post player, we kept her in check in the first half. She got a lot of easy second, chance baskets, offensive rebounds. And that was the difference inside. She ended up with 19. She had 4 at halftime. So, I think, like you said, we got away from us a 23-point swing. But if that first half is indicative as where we're going the rest of the season, things look really good.
Well, I think to take the positive out of it, these girls should know what they're actually capable of. They're capable of better things and greater things, and they could basically hang with anybody.
I agree.
And there's no reason why. And I have a sneaking feeling, and I felt that way from the moment I left the Bedford High School last week. We're going to see them again.
Absolutely.
I just have a sneaking feeling we will see them again in the playoffs.
I agree.
And hopefully the result will be different.
Yep.
Then we had another game, of course, another long trip on the bus.
Yeah.
You were at that game, so tell us what happened down in Keene.
Yeah, we drove up to Keene. Again, it was supposed to be a 7 p.m. start. Ends up to be a 7:30 start because the JV game runs late. Looked very sluggish in the first half. They packed in a zone. They were doubling Ava Winterburn in the post a lot. I think they knew that if they could shut her down, keep it close. It was tied 25-25 at halftime. There were some adjustments made by Coach Largy, you could tell, at halftime, and they came out and owned the second half. I mean, the third quarter, you blinked, and all of a sudden it was 25-25, and then we're up 17 points. And that was the difference. There was a lot of garbage time, I would call, in the fourth quarter. The younger players got to play a lot, but again, a tale of 2 halves. It was close in that first half. Second half, they pulled away. So I think it'll be interesting to see. Now they're back home.
Right.
Let's see what you learn. Each game you learn something. What you learn from Bedford, Spalding, Keene. What do you think we got to look forward to tonight?
Well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Trinity is definitely a big team. Unlike the last game we did 2 weeks ago here, looks like we were playing a bunch of very little people.
Yeah.
So we clearly dominate. That's not going to happen tonight. Trinity is a very big team. I think they do have some trouble scoring, so we should be able to take advantage of them. I think what we're going to be looking at is hopefully hitting more outside shots, because I don't know if we're going to have the same kind of control underneath or in the paint.
Agreed. And I think the key to all of our games moving forward is what you saw in Bedford, what you've seen, up at Keene, is that Grizzly rhythm. Can we be in rhythm, which means we're moving down the floor fast, we're rebounding defensively, pushing the ball, dumping it into Ava about 8 or 10 feet away because we know she's going to make that. and then getting key contributions from the Ruggieros, the Sassos, the Vaughns, the Foremans. Can they all chip in and help out the superstar?
Right.
And when they do that, they're really, really successful.
And we've talked about it, and we know it's got to happen because obviously all these teams are going to be keying on Ava Winterburn. She is the leading scorer in the whole league. In fact, talking to Coach Largy tonight, Ava's coming up on a big milestone.
Yeah.
She's got 926 points for her career, so 74 away from 1,000. One of the main reasons why I bring it up is, first of all, it's a huge accomplishment for her.
Especially with that COVID year in there as well.
Exactly. I was just going to say she didn't get a chance to play as many games as some girls do because of that COVID year. And the other thing is, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, but it'd be nice if she was able to hit it at home, but most likely at her pace, she's going to do this on the road.
Yeah. So we'll be cheering along. I'll try to get some video footage on the road.
Right. No pressure, Dave.
No pressure. They're running through starting lineups here. I don't know if you want to run down.
Yeah, we can run down with, obviously, with Trinity. As I said, they're a big team. So we got as the starters. Bella Sansuato, Carolyn Burley, Audit Tour, Addison Moynihan, and Dakota Correa. Then, of course, starting for your Goffstown Grizzlies, going to be the same familiar faces. We have number 12, the leading scorer of the league, the girl coming up on 1,000, Miss Ava Winterburn. You also have joining her in the court is going to be her sister, number 14, Meredith Winterburn. And then you will also have, it should be number 1, right?
Yeah.
Nope, 21, Ava Vaughn. And she had her career coming out party in Spalding.
Absolutely.
Then you have number 1, Miss Maggie
Sasso.
And then, of course, our little spark plug, the 6'5" tall Ava Ruggiero. Normally, we always have to sign off for the national anthem. I think we're going to actually stay in on this. So we might be rolling during the national anthem. So here we go, national anthem.
All over the globe and all of our veterans with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening again, Goffstown, and we're back here live at the Grizzly Den, where the Lady Grizzlies are about to have opening tip-off against Trinity High School. What are you going to be looking for early, Rob? What do you think?
I think they want to set the tone early, push the ball. Trinity's got a small bench, some younger girls as well. Coach Kevin Frazier is a good friend of mine. I talked to him last night. They only play about 7 girls. So I think we want to be aggressive. We want to push the ball, get in a little bit of a track meet, and see if they can
wear
keep
them
up.
down.
Yeah, see if they can keep up with us.
Maybe get into foul trouble.
Yeah, that's not a
Go
bad
into
plan.
his bench. I know the JV team had a little problem. They had a major injury. And
kind of the reason why we're starting late.
Yeah, right. So Ava Ruggiero's got the ball, and she's trying to feed Winterburn underneath. Winterburn kicks it out to Vaughn. That was partially blocked by Trinity. So it should be Goffstown bringing this in. And Ruggiero kicks it out to Vaughn. Right on the point. Vaughn goes for 3 and just missed that. But Meredith Winterburn comes in strong right under the basket in the paint and sinks the 2. And there's a foul at the same time, so she'll go to the line, get an opportunity to make this a 3-point play. Foul was called on Bella Santwatsto. So bringing it out is Tour over to Burley. Burley throws it out to Bella. I'm just going to use her first name.
Yeah.
That last name's going to throw me off all night. Bella tried to go inside the Tour.
5-second call.
5-second call. So Meredith Winterburn will inbound this into Ruggiero. Ruggiero rings it down the court. You got Winterburn underneath here. Kicks it out to Sasso. She throws it over. Winterburn goes for a long 3. That's just short. Ooh. Nagy underneath tried to get the basket, but went out on her.
And I'll tell you, other than the Bedford game, the last few opponents have really packed in that 2-3 zone, which is what Trinity's doing early here. I think they want you to try to beat them from outside, and they're not going to give you the inside and let Winterburn hit that 8 to 10 footer.
Ruggiero just made a great steal on Bella, who was trying to get the ball over to Burley, and Ruggiero anticipated that great.
And that's her second foul.
Another foul on Bella.
Santo Suato.
So Ruggiero will go to the line here, get a chance to put a couple points up. And she hit the first one. A little off the rim. It was a little nerve-wracking, but she got it right in. Good for you, Ruggiero.
Mallory Hobuz checked in for Trinity.
And Ruggiero sinks the second one.
Shooters roll on both of them.
Yep, there we go. 4-0 Goffstown. So we got Dakota Correa bringing it up. Trying to get around Ruggiero. She actually was able to, and that's a rare feat, to be honest with you. Ruggiero gets the ball, feeds Winterburn down deep, and Ava gets an easy layup.
Exactly what I said, Bob. If we can control the boards and get off to the races, huge advantage for us.
Yeah, we should run out this team, hopefully. So Korea's got the ball again, and she kicked it out for a long 3 by Burley, and that just missed everything.
Goffstown's ball.
So Meredith's going to inbound this to Ruggiero. Meredith Winterburn over to Ruggiero. Ruggiero slows it down. Is going to work it down. Feeds Maggie. Over to Ava Winterburn. Takes another 3, and she hit this one. That's a nice shot. So Tour inbounds this back to Korea, and we're going to
timeout by Trinity. Yeah. So quick start, hot start, 9-0. Trinity's going to take a full timeout here, but again, I thought, they wanted to push it to Winterburn. She got down the floor, and then again, she's real comfortable from that 3-point shot. Here's the replay here. When she's set, that shot just is very natural for her.
Yeah, she's definitely got a nice shooting rhythm, and she has a lot of control of it. And I've been privileged enough to watch Ava her whole career here at the high school. And really, her maturity in her shot is really good. She doesn't rush it anymore. She takes the shot when she wants, how she wants to do it, and very successful with it. That's why I'm excited for her, and can't wait until she hits that 1,000 points.
That's right.
And it's going to be good for her.
She's going to stay local. We'll get to see her play next year in college. She'll be going up the road to SNU.
I'm very happy about that. Ava Winterburn, for those of you who may not know, is a commit to Southern New Hampshire University, so she'll be playing right at SNU.
Yeah.
And that's very good basketball out there.
Great
so
basketball.
for any of you fans who are nearby and want to go see those. And, just like at St. A's, very good basketball too.
Yeah, the NE10 basketball is really good.
Yeah, it's very competitive, fun to watch. So here for Trinity, you got Korea now bringing up the court. And she throws it over to Hobuz. Went to Burley, back to Hobuz. Inside the Tour, and Korea took that shot and just missed. Meredith Winterburn comes down with the rebound. Over to Ruggiero. Ruggiero over to
Yep.
Vaughn. Ooh, Meredith almost had it hit away from her by Korea, but she kept control. So the Winterburns exchange passes. Meredith tried to go back to Ava, but it was hit out of bounds by Dakota Korea. So this should remain Goffstown
Yeah, I
ball.
looked on this last possession. Trinity was extending that 2-3 zone. The guards are playing a little bit higher here to put some pressure on our guards.
Ruggiero on top of the point. Over to Sasso. She goes inside. I like her going in.
Yeah, this is a great move.
Yep. Unfortunately, she didn't get that shot where she wanted to. So Hobuz sends it into Korea. Korea's going to work it down for Trinity. Again, Goffstown's doing a pretty good job of preventing him from getting the penetration, so it's keeping him to the outside. And Tour goes in. She tries to go in through 3 Grizzlies. Obviously didn't make it, but I think she drew a foul.
Yeah, it looks like it might be on Meredith.
I think it's on Vaughn.
No.
Ooh, no. It's on Meredith Winterburn. I told Meredith 3 threes, not 3 fouls.
I know.
So Tour takes the first shot and just went off the back rim.
Take your time, take your time.
Like we said earlier, this team does have a difficult time scoring, so
Yeah.
I think it's important to keep pressure on them. Yep, Tour's got the basket there, so that gives them their first point. Sasso works it down the court. She throws it over to Ava Winterburn. Ooh, it's knocked out of her hand.
Out.
But it still remains Goffstown ball. That was Dakota Korea hitting it out of Ava's hands, which ain't easy to do. You got to reach up and knock it out of her hand.
It's not at all.
So Meredith inbound this to Ava Ruggiero. Back to Meredith Winterburn. Winterburn back to Ruggiero. Ruggiero over to Ava Winterburn to her sister Meredith. Outside to Vaughn. Kicks it out to the wing, and Vaughn hit a nice 3.
Shot.
She had plenty of time, and she set that up and sunk that one.
She's really comfortable from that corner 3-point shot.
And that's good. If we can spread out that scoring so Ava doesn't have to do it all. Good play underneath by Trinity as they fed Audit Tour right under the basket, and she did a sort of a layup. Now we got Moynihan coming down the court, and I think she drew a foul.
Yeah, it might be second on Meredith. 14, yeah.
Yeah, it's Meredith again, blocking foul. And that'll get Meredith off the court, and Caroline Foreman will check in. And we have Hobuz inbounding this into Tour. Takes a long shot, misses everything. Vaughn gets that rebound.
Yeah.
And she's going to take this. Ooh, I thought she was taking.
thought
She
she
should have
should
took that.
have,
Yep. She tried to feed Ava Winterburn on the other side, but she had the better shot.
I think he called an offensive foul here. She dropped her shoulder.
Yep, and they did. That would have been on Korea. So now it's Goffstown ball. And now Trinity is making some changes. Coming into the game is going to be Samantha Ashu. And who else was that just checked in? Oh, 33. That's Ashu. Oh, and Bella came back in.
Yes.
So Maggie Sasso up on top of the court. Ooh, feeds Ava
Winterburn
Winterburn.
from 10, right?
Yeah, right on the
I hate
line.
to sound like a broken record, but really, that's what a great, sweet shot from 10 feet.
Well, watching Winterburn shoot is great. I mean,
Yeah.
she's really good. So you got Korea underneath, kicks it out to Hobuz. Back in. Ooh.
Oh, another offensive foul.
I was going to say, yeah, she slammed right into.
Yeah.
So that's another foul on Dakota Korea as she went into Ava Ruggiero.
I'll tell you, Ruggiero really prides herself on taking those charges. I've seen her take them against some really much bigger, taller
we saw her in
girls.
Bedford,
Yeah.
too. I mean,
She doesn't mind. Yeah, she
Yeah,
doesn't
no, she
mind
was
taking
there.
a hit.
Moynihan's going to check back
And
in for
always
Trinity.
pops back up with a smile.
Winterburn's going to take a long 3.
NBA
Oh,
3.
just missed that. Ruggiero, though, comes up with the rebound. And then Foreman did a good job of getting it. Throws it out to Winterburn, who feeds into Vaughn.
And now we got a foul this way, too.
Oh, calling it a Vaughn.
Yeah,
Vaughn had the ball.
a little bit of a push-off.
Ah.
It's kind of strange to see 3 offensive fouls in the first quarter.
Well, especially 1, 2, 3, right
Yeah,
one after another. Okay, so we got, this is Sydney, no, this is Burley bringing it down. Over to Hobuz.
Attack the rim.
Hobuz back to Burley.
Out of
Over to
bounds.
Moynihan, and then she tried to feed Hobuz, but it went out. So now Goffstown controls the ball.
Yeah, like you said before, I think Goffstown's doing a real good job on the perimeter defense, making it tough for Trinity to get to the basket.
So Ruggiero sends it over to Sasso, to Winterburn, to Ruggiero. Ruggiero thought about taking the 3.
Yep.
Throws it out to Winterburn, who takes a 3. Oh,
Just a
she
little
just missed
short,
that.
yep.
So Hobuz has got the ball for Trinity. He's going to work it down the court. Oh, she fed it inside to Moynihan, who hit her back, but she was hit away by Winterburn.
Good.
Then it went to Bella, and
Yeah,
Bella.
good help defense there by Ruggiero. She just stepped in that lane, and they had a double team, so it was a good help. I'd like to see the Grizzlies move the ball here a little bit quicker and not settle for that 3-pointer. It's going to be there.
Yeah, work more underneath.
Yep.
Force them to take some fouls again.
Absolutely.
You know, they're already getting into foul trouble.
And Maggie must have heard me because
Ooh.
that's, holy cack, that's, I don't know how she got that shot off.
Yeah, Vaughn had a little collision
Holy
with
cow,
Bella under
yeah.
the basket. Hobuz works it down. Over to Moynihan. Moynihan takes it. And again, off the rim and out. So Maggie Sasso works it back down to Ruggiero. Ruggiero looks for
Good
Maggie
block.
underneath. Maggie takes it. Takes it right out front.
Winterburn
But
with the
Winterburn
foul.
right there to
Yeah.
clean it up. That's the type of layers you like to see.
Absolutely. There was a great interior pass. He missed a shot, but Winterburn with the offensive rebound.
Timeout Trinity.
Yeah. Trinity's having a tough time just getting a flow offensively. I think they're frustrated.
Yeah, they're having a hard time again. Well, this team is not a very high-scoring team, so
Yeah.
they do have a lot of trouble doing that.
Yeah.
It was even reflected. We were here early, so this other JV game, and JV wasn't scoring very much either.
Yes.
So Goffstown's got to continue to put up the pressure defensively, and I think force them to take the shots from the outside, which obviously is not their strength, is not their shooting. So
Right.
So checking into the game is Ashul Tour.
Yes.
Clearly one of the biggest players on the court.
Yep.
Checking in for Goffstown is Penny Annis,
Yep. And Morgan Dodge also checked in,
and Morgan Dodge checked in.
who might have just got that foul.
So we took out Maggie,
Time and hit him.
Sasso, and Ava.
Vaughn.
Ava Vaughn. Yeah. See, you just saved me because I said Ava. I could just say Ava all the time and be right.
60% chance of being right.
So here's Tour. Oh, in and out of the rim. Now her sister,
Yeah.
Audit Tour's coming in. She's going to replace Burley. So you got the 2 Tours. Ashu, Bella, and Moynihan out there. Penny Annis got the rebound, sends it over to Ava Winterburn, who brings it down. 3 Trinity players on her. Oh, she went and got her own rebound.
Wow.
And then she put it up again.
Yeah.
See, it's amazing. Three Trinity players were on her. She got around all 3 of them. None
Yeah,
of
she
them
did.
moved. She
You're
got the
exactly
ball and
right.
put it right back up.
Yeah.
Here's Tour underneath, and she put it up under the basket right in front of Ruggiero and Winterburn. So that was a good play by her. Ruggiero comes in over to Foreman, who goes for the 3 just off the rim. Audit Tour's got the ball now. Ruggiero's all over her. Sends it over to Bella. Bella feeds Ashu underneath.
Kickball.
Yep. And it was kicked by Ava or
Yeah.
Morgan Dodge?
We're
No.
at 32 seconds left here in the first half.
And Audit Tour is going to hit it in, trying to feed Moynihan. Moynihan throws it out to Tour, who hits another one. Clearly, she's their best player.
She's the only one that scored
She's
for
the
them.
only one that scored, yeah. Ava Ruggiero to Winterburn to Foreman out at the Foreman goes for that three again.
Yeah.
She was very successful with that
Yeah.
three before, so and she's getting close on him. So Goffstown ball, they're going to inbound it. 16 seconds left to go. It's 18-7. Ava sends it in to Moynihan. Or not Moynihan, Morgan Dodge. Foreman's got the ball. Draws a lot of Trinity players. Kicks it out to Ruggiero. Goes for a three and just off the back rim. And Tour tried to send her teammate Moynihan in, and that ends the half.
Yeah, so 18-7, and
That's the half of the quarter.
that's the quarter.
That's
Seemed
only the
like
quarter.
a long quarter,
I know, it
didn't
did seem like a long quarter. I could have, you know what it is?
We've
It was
been
the-
here since 4 o'clock, right?
Well, that's
no,
true. No, it was the timeouts.
it was.
Yeah, so it
Two
made it
timeouts.
seem longer.
Yeah, Tours got all 7 of their points. Winterburn leading on our side. No surprise there. But, you know, that last time you made a great comment is she took a jump shot and she missed it. She followed her shot. She beat 3 Trinity players to the basket to get that
And
rebound.
she was the furthest away.
Exactly. Yeah, so scorers know how to score.
That's right. Yeah, no, and she's really good at that. And like I said, where you see the maturity too in Ava Winterburn over the past few years. And I think the coach put it really well in their last game 2 weeks ago, Coach's Corner.
Yeah.
We had a talk with him, and I really thought about what he said, and I think that's the big difference too, because I'm trying to put my hand on it or my finger on it. What is the biggest change I've observed in Winterburn's career as being here? She's always been a good basketball player, and she's always tried to make herself a better player. But I agree with what Coach Largy noticed this year is I think this year she's making even more of an effort to really make her teammates better.
I
And I
agree.
think it's showing.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the maturity in her, and I think that's what really makes her a very valuable athlete.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you can improve everybody's play, you know, off of her,
Well, it completely changes your game,
It
and
does.
it completely changes how your opponents have to look at you.
Sure.
You know, maybe a couple of years ago, you neutralize Ava, and you know you stop a big weapon for Goffstown. Now neutralizing her isn't enough because she's just going to feed it to someone else,
that's right.
and that's why it's important these other girls hit their shots too.
Yeah.
So, got Ruggiero working down the court now for Goffstown. And she kicks it over to Winterburn, to Dodge, back to Winterburn. Winterburn directs some traffic, telling her teammates where to go.
Dodge left wide open.
Yep.
Ruggiero in
And
there.
again, I think that was Winterburn here on top.
Yeah.
Because the first thing she did is point everybody over.
She did,
And they cleared away from Dodge and gave her an open shot. See, I don't know if you saw that 2 years ago from her.
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
So Maggie checks back in
for Caroline.
for Caroline Foreman. Ruggiero kicks it out to Maggie on the point, and Maggie hits a nice three. Yep, that was good. 21-7 Goffstown. Tour inbounds this, and she's bringing it down now for Trinity. Feeds it out to Moynihan. Moynihan tried to feed it back inside the Tour, but it was blocked by Ava Winterburn. Winterburn slows this down. Over to Ruggiero. Back out to Winterburn is taking another three. She had the time. And, of course, it's an easy basket for Winterburn. You're going to leave her open, she's going to hit it.
Absolutely.
Tour tries to inbound it, but it went all the way to the center court where Maggie.
Oh, great
Sasso's
crossover
right
dribble.
there.
Penny with the follow. That's a block.
Calling Ava Ruggiero for
Yeah.
the block on that.
Tried to pick up another charge. Yes. I heard her just say she's having a hair malfunction. I think
So she comes out.
Rubber
Ava
band
Vaughn goes
broke.
in. So we got Vaughn in. Vaughn, Dodge, Penny Annis, Ava Winterburn, and Maggie Sasso. And for Trinity, Korea's back in the game. She inbounds this. For Burley, back to Korea. Over to Hobuz. Hobuz got it now. Tries to work it in. Kicks it out to Korea. Back out to Bella. Bella sends it over to Korea and just missed. Tour's got it. Over to Hobuz. Inside to Tour, but she hit the bottom of the rim.
she's been very aggressive just taking the ball to the basket, though.
Right. And Penny's was there for the rebound to Ava. Now Vaughn has it.
Good
Kicks
swing.
it over to Dodge. Dodge shoots
Little
another
long.
three. Yep. A little long.
A good ball movement, though. Ava could see that open pass on the opposite reversal.
Got a jump ball with Vaughn and Korea. It's still Trinity's possession.
Yeah, do you have Tour? What year is she? She's a sophomore, yeah.
Well, yeah, one's a sophomore and her older
The
sister.
other's a senior,
Yeah.
But I've been impressed because she's taken the ball to the basket. Strong, looking to shoot, looking to score.
And she drew a couple fouls early,
Yeah,
but I
she
think
did.
Goffstown's doing a good job now of laying off her a little bit, where
Yep.
they're at least not getting into foul trouble here. And that was Burley tried to take a long three and missed. And Goffstown sent it in to Penny, Penny Ennis, right under the basket, and she drew a foul. And this will be against Bella. Bella's up to three
Third,
now,
yeah,
right?
that's her third.
Yeah, so that's a problem. Checking in now for Goffstown. We're going to have number 13, Abigail Astano. She went in for
Morgan Dodge.
Morgan Dodge.
Yep.
So Penny's going to take her second shot here. Oh, nice shot, but off the back rim, did not go in. So Tour has the ball now. Audit. She's the younger of the two Tours, and certainly seems like the better athlete. So you got Korea, kicks it out to Hobuz. So Moynihan into Tour. Tour chucked one up.
Yeah, she looked to shoot, but kind of forced it.
Yeah. Well, I think when you're the only one hitting the baskets, you're going to take more shots.
I mean, at some point, somebody from Trinity's got to step up and look to shoot.
Yep. Okay, Ava Vaughn throws it out. Oh,
I would have protected you, don't worry.
Over to Sasso. Sasso puts it up off the rim.
I would have protected you.
Yeah, sure. Who would have dove right in front
After
of
it hit your head.
Yeah. I literally thought it was coming right to me. I thought I was going to have to catch it. So Korea's got the ball over to Tour, into her sister, Audit. Audit tries to put it up, blocked by Ava Winterburn. You're not going over the top of Ava.
No.
But I think that, okay, we went off Ava, so Trinity keeps it in. I thought for a second they were going to call a foul. So Hobuz inbounded to Tour, back from Tour to Tour. And you got Audit, the more aggressive one.
Maggie with the steal.
Blocked by Maggie Sasso. Over to Ava Winterburn. Underneath to Astano. Back to Winterburn. Over to Maggie. Maggie takes it in the paint.
Beautiful.
Throws it underneath the Penny. Penny's got her own rebound. Kicks away to Astano. Over to Maggie Sasso. She dives back in again. Through three Trinity players. Did she draw a foul?
No, I think she was hoping for some contact, but looks like they're giving it to White, though.
It's a different game for Maggie when she gets in there and plays really aggressive. I like her going into the basket. Even if she's not successful, she seems to make something happen.
I think she can open up so much more for her teammates by going to the basket. If she drives to the basket, somebody's got to collapse on her, which is going to leave someone else open.
Right. So Ruggiero checked back into the game, and now she's got the ball over to Sasso. Sasso looks around. She kicks it out to Ruggiero. Ruggiero tried to go all the way across to Ava Winterburn. Winterburn smartly jumped out and got that. Otherwise, it would have been another ball hitting me. Ruggiero throws it underneath for Maggie. Maggie kicks it out to Ava Vaughn. Now Vaughn's going to charge in. Oh, just missed a layup there. Trinity works it back out, and this is Korea. Korea to Moynihan. Moynihan inside the Tour. Tour's going to go in on Ava Winterburn. I think she drew the foul. Yeah, that is a tough foul.
Only her first. It's all right.
Well, I felt Ava almost had no choice. She was standing there, and Tour went into her. But
Tour.
That's smart move by her.
Yeah.
And Meredith Winterburn's going to check back in for her sister Ava. So Tour's going to inbound this for Trinity. And she's looking around where to inbound it. And she kicks it out to Moynihan. Sends it up. Or no, that's Burley. To Tour. Again underneath.
Good take, yeah.
And that, she hit another one. Again, she's scored all their points.
She's got all 9.
Yep, Meredith Winterburn has it. Over to Ruggiero. Ruggiero's going to take a 3 just off the rim and out of bounds. So it'll be Trinity's ball.
Yeah, and I agree with what Coach just said. For those of you at home, he just said, that's not what we want to do. I think we're just kind of content dribbling the ball down the floor and chucking up a 3. But let's get back to what worked early on and continue to run it and press them and push it.
Yeah, well, I think the girls can't help but looking up at the scoreboard, figuring they got this already, and they're just. But you don't want to be taking. You don't want to be creating bad habits by taking bad shots.
Exactly.
So underneath, you had Korea bring it in, throw a shot up, and then the rebound was Ashu got it, and then she drew a foul.
That's on Ava Vaughn, her second.
So this will put Ashu to the line. Trying to get Trinity into double digits here with a little less than 3 minutes and a half. And she hit the first one, so 24-10. Here's the lead cut to 14. Caroline Foreman's going to check back into the game. And I think there was a line violation.
Yeah, shooter violation.
Oh, it was on the shooter.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like Trinity's going to go into some man-to-man, so this will be interesting.
So Astano's checked out and Caroline Foreman checked back in. So you have Ruggiero over to Ava Vaughn.
This would be our chance to really take the ball to the basket.
Yeah, and you got both.
Great look.
Both Avas were trying to do that, and Vaughn got it underneath.
Foul was on the floor.
And that was before the
What
basket.
a great pass by Ava Ruggiero. I mean, to see, here's the highlight. I mean, see the tail end of it, but to be able to see Ava on the block like that, what a great pass.
Here goes Ruggiero, going to inbound this over to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to take that short from the point, and she hit it. That was a nice basket. So 26-10. Korea's working it down for Trinity. And she travels.
Slid that back foot.
Yeah, just a little bit of movement. Ava Winterburn's coming back in.
For another Ava.
For another Ava Vaughn. And the third Ava, Ruggiero's going to inbound this Maggie.
Yeah, I bet you this play is going to be feed it to Ava and hand off and go to the basket. Yeah.
Oh, they're calling tour now, audit tour.
We're in the bonus, so Ava's going to go to line 101.
That'll be the strategy now. You just feed Winterburn and have her keep drawing fouls. So Winterburn hit the first one. How many points does she have now?
15.
15 of the 27, so obviously more than half. And she's cutting in, getting closer to 1,000. Maybe she'll hit it tonight.
Maybe.
She could do it here at home. All right, so Korea has the ball. Over to, what was that? Out the tour.
Yep.
Out the back to Korea. Just shot
Ruggiero
over everything. Oh.
Good look.
Yeah, Ruggiero tried to feed
a little tight squeeze,
Meredith.
but a good look. Meredith was running the floor.
Tried those breakaway passes. When those connect, it's really good for the Grizzlies. Ava kicks it out to Maggie Sasso. Over to Ava Winterburn, who goes for a 3, just wide, but her sister Meredith there to collect the rebound. Feeds her sister again. Now over to Ruggiero. Over to Meredith. Meredith thought about the
Good
3.
take, yeah.
She's going to the basket. Takes another 2. So it's 2 baskets for her.
I like that. You know, square up and shoot that 3. When you realize there's an opening, take it to the basket, right? That's a better percentage if you're inside that arc.
It's all about taking the right shots.
That's right.
Oh, Moynihan goes in and puts up a nice basket. I think that's the first points by somebody other than Tour,
except for Ashu, who got the free throw.
Ashu on the free throw, yep. Ava Winterburn is over on the line. Thought about passing it out, but she takes it in. Spin move, and just lays in the easy bucket. She does make it look easy.
Yeah. She's good on the pivot and can extend left and right.
What isn't she good at?
We'll find something.
All right.
That was
So that was a nice setup
Ashu.
for Ashu, who got a basket. And Meredith Winterburn. It's impossible to see around Kevin here, buddy. Caroline Foreman's got the ball. Chucks it up.
Yep. Got a little far under the basket there.
Yep. And that's blocked by Burley. Tour get the ball on the outside, tries to take a three, misses everything. They're throwing a lot of them up that aren't hitting anything.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
rim, no boards or anything. And, you know, we can say this, it's glass houses and all, but Kevin, as you said, is a buddy of yours, is a rather large man for the Trinity school. And when he's standing here right in front of the
Can't see
table,
anything, huh?
I literally, an eclipse,
Yes.
cannot see a thing. So Sasso's got the ball, tries to work it into the paint. She kicks it out to Meredith. Meredith out to Caroline Foreman. Looks around. It's hit away by Moynihan. Picked up by Meredith. Ooh, looked like a lot of
shooting here.
push. Ooh, Winterburn
Just ran out of
underneath.
time here.
So that'll end the half. 32-14. Clearly, Goffstown's dominating, doing a better job of with the shooting percentage. I mean, Trinity's having a hard time putting in shots. So we're at a halftime. What'd you think?
Yeah, I think when, like we said before, when we pushed the ball, we looked to score, we were aggressive. We pretty much scored any way we wanted to, inside, outside. I thought the defense, I liked the defense. We really kept them on the perimeter. Hard for them to penetrate to the basket.
The only one that was doing it successfully, and
Was
it's 'cause she
Tour,
kept working on it, was Tour.
Exactly.
Audit, yep.
Exactly. So, a lot of good things. I tell you, what you mentioned earlier needs to stick with them in the locker room at halftime is you don't want to create bad habits. Don't look at the scoreboard. Continue to improve and work on things as you go through the game.
Right. And again, I think Coach Largy's doing a great job of working in some of those bench players. They're getting some valuable minutes. And, we're going to need these girls, all these girls, performing really good down the stretch.
Absolutely.
So it's halftime. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to step out, and we'll be back for second half action.
watching Grizzly basketball.
And welcome back, Goffstown, and we're here just about ready to start second half action. Where Lady Grizzlies are leading the Trinity High School by a score of 32-14, And what are we going to be looking to have happen in this half? Because we controlled the first, that's for sure.
We definitely controlled the first half. I think, Trinity's got to turn up the heat and the pressure a little bit here. Double team, get scrappy. And Kevin told me last night, he said, we're not the most talented team, but when we're scrappy and we're hungry, then we can hang with some people for a little bit. So we'll see. If he gave him that speech at halftime, get hungry and get aggressive. And I think the same is true. What you said right before halftime is let's stick to the game plan for us. Let's not get sloppy. Let's not get content. And let's continue to play our brand of basketball.
Well, right. If the Grizzlies want to hang with the top teams in the league, which are the Bedfords and the BGs,
yep.
This is where they got to clean house. They got to play well and not just put up good scores against these teams, but do it in a good way by creating good habits.
Yep.
So I think there were times we saw a few of the girls maybe get into some sloppy habits, taking shots they maybe shouldn't have.
Yep.
Making plays that were probably really weren't there, trying to hit passes that weren't there. So I think just keep it fundamental. So we're going to have the Grizzlies inbound in this, and Maggie Sasso will inbound this to Ruggiero. Sasso to Ruggiero. And back to Sasso. Ooh, she cuts
Quick
in
shot.
right
Yeah,
on
nice
the
shot.
line and hits that. That's a nice basket for Maggie.
Yeah, what I noticed with Maggie, when she's committed and she makes a move or goes to take a jump shot and doesn't think about it, is very smooth.
Yep. So we got Moynihan. Moynihan's got it now. She kicks it out to Bella. Bella tries to work it in. She was thinking about shooting it. She went out to Korea. Korea now for Trinity. Over to Burley, back to Tour, back to Moynihan. Moynihan to Bella to Korea. Korea tries to go in. She went around three Grizzlies, both the Winterburns. Ava gets it, send it down to Ruggiero, but it went into Ruggiero's feet.
Yeah,
that was a good. She had the right idea. That was a good
did.
pass. I like those breakaway ones, and that's something that the Grizzlies work on and usually do pretty well. I thought it went off Ruggiero, but
no, it ends up hitting off them.
And Winterburn just put one up, but there.
Yeah, he called the foul on the floor.
So 11, which is Moynihan for Trinity, gets a foul. I think that's her first.
It is.
Ruggiero's going to inbound this one. She feeds Ava Winterburn.
Over to Meredith Winterburn.
Sister underneath. You know what? Meredith's earning it.
I know.
Hits another basket. That's three.
I guess she's got 6 points on the night.
Yeah. So you got Bella, kicks it on the outside, goes for a three, just missed. Sasso does a good job of getting that rebound over to Ruggiero. Ruggiero looks around, feeds it to Meredith. Oh, Meredith thought about a three, stopped it, feeds it out to Vaughn. And Vaughn slows it down, which I like to see. Over to Ava Winterburn, who takes a three, and of course she hit it.
Yeah.
Again, it's smooth shooting.
Very smooth.
So Tour inbound this to Korea, and Korea's working down the court. Looks around, sends it over to Burley. Burley tries to feed Bella underneath, but Ava Winterburn's right there. So
Yeah,
this
nice
will be a jump
defense.
ball.
Yeah, nice defense. Maggie had her guarded on the post, but Ava Winterburn doubled down and double teamed her for that jump ball.
So Bella's going to inbound this to Tour. Ruggiero's on her. Tour kicks it out to Moynihan, to Burley, and then a backcourt violation. So Goffstown will get it. Ruggiero's coming over right in front of us. And Wild Lady Ruggiero inbounds this to Maggie.
And she heard you, so that's well played, Bob.
Sasso, Ruggiero, back to Sasso, back out to Ruggiero. Ruggiero's going to go underneath. Throws it out to Ava Vaughn. It just went off Vaughn, a little too low.
Yeah, not many of the girls even listen to us, I'm sure. But Ava somehow is keen on everything on the floor. She's diving for loose balls, getting the rebounds, and listening to whatever you're saying over here.
Yes. So we got Korea over to Burley to Moynihan. Moynihan back to Korea. Korea puts
Short.
it up. Yeah, that's short. Oh, Maggie
All the way
feeds
down.
Winterburn
Beautiful.
for an easy layup. What a nice pass.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very good pass by Maggie. Had
Puts her
Winterburn breaking.
Puts her at 23 on the night.
So Korea's got the ball. Kicks it out to Burley. Over to Moynihan to Tour. And again, the Grizzlies doing a good job defensively,
Yeah, the
keeping them
perimeter
all
defense
out
has
to
been
the
very
outside.
good.
Yep.
A great crossover dribble.
Audit Tour goes in.
And walked.
You call the foul?
I would call it travel.
Oh, the travel.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just got caught under the basket. Ava Winterburn with her hand straight up.
So Trinity's making some wholesale changes here because Ashu's coming back in. The older sister Tour is coming back in. And Hobuz is coming back in.
And Penny Annis checked in for us. She replaced Meredith Winterburn.
And Burley gets the ball, sends it down the Audit Tour. Tour's going to take a 3 just off the back rim. Burley was there. She got the ball, but she stepped out of bounds. So now you're going to have Sasso inbound this to Ruggiero. And Ruggiero's working it down the court. This is the key, slow it down, no pressure on the girls to get any baskets here, but Ava's taking a long 3, hit another one. Again, you're giving her the time. She's not going to miss
4
very
threes
often.
on the night for her. She's got a nice rhythm going tonight.
Yep. And you just want to keep feeding her when she's doing that.
That's right.
So you got Tour's got the ball now. She's going to try to go underneath. She kicks it out to Hobuz. Hobuz looks around, feeds Ashul Tour, who put it up but just missed. And you had Sasso go to Ruggiero.
Oh, to travel first.
Travel under the basket.
Yeah.
So now you got Vaughn checking out and Peyton Duff checking in. This is going to be her first action tonight. Audit Tour is going to inbound this over to Burley. Burley's coming down. She's got Ruggiero all over her. Ruggiero doesn't change her gameplay no matter what the score is of the
Never.
game.
Doesn't matter how big you are.
Oh, Ruggiero made a great play to Winterburn. Winterburn put it up underneath. Again, gets her own rebound. That's incredible.
I think she's upset she missed that first shot, which I thought she got fouled on.
But she did get fouled on the second one.
She did get fouled on the
It's
second
amazing, though, when there's 6, 7 girls under the basket, and somehow she gets her own rebounds.
Yeah.
You know. So Winterburn's going to the line. And she puts another one in. Gives her, what, like 24? 25?
I think she's at 27.
27.
Yeah, she had 18 and a half. Yeah, that's 28 right there.
All right. So
Those are at
she's less than
9:54. Yeah.
She's less than 50 points away from.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to hit it on the road. Damn it. Well, yes. No, damn it. I want her to do it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Winterburn
Penny
put the
took one
basket
off
up.
the head.
Yeah, Penny took that right in the face, actually. So now you got Hobuz got the ball, but Maggie Sasso's all over her. Over to Tour. Tour's going to bring it underneath, and she brought it
Yeah, got bailed out there.
through Maggie and Duff. I think Duff's going to get called here. Yep. So Peyton Duff draws her first foul.
Yeah, no, I said it earlier. I said that, you know, Tour's a sophomore, but she's showing a lot of confidence and looking to take it to the basket.
Well, she's clearly very athletic. She's
Yeah.
a taller girl. Does it have
Yeah.
her height on here? Yeah, she's 5'8", but she looks taller.
She does, yeah.
Very thin, but she's very athletic.
Yeah.
So checking back in for Trinity is going to be Moynihan, and she's going to take out Ashul Tour, who is Audit's older and bigger sister.
Yeah.
Audit put that one in. So that gives 15 to Trinity. The score 46-15. Both tours are out. So Maggie
Just got a message here from Scott Gross.
Scott Gross.
Watching
Hey, Scott.
watching you guys on GTV, you guys do an awesome job.
Well, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
That's good to hear from a true expert.
That's right. Scott
pioneer.
calls a ton of games here at Goffstown.
Yep.
So we're happy to follow your lead, Scott.
There you go. A pioneer in GTV.
Yes.
Mr. Scott Gross. Now living a comfy, happy retirement in his old age. He's much older than he looks, and he's doing very well. So we have now for Burley over to Hobuz. Hobuz goes underneath, puts one up.
Step back, yeah. Nice
step
shot.
back basket. Maggie Sasso inbounds this to Ava Winterburn, back to Sasso. Sasso over to Peyton Duff, to Caroline Foreman, back out to Duff, who takes a three just off the rim. And once again, Maggie comes diving into that rebound.
She hit Peyton Duff.
Yeah,
they collided there.
Play hard, play hard.
That's good. No quitting these guys. So we had Burley go and put that up. Ashu, Samantha Ashu grabbed the rebound and put it up. Foreman now underneath. Kicks it out to Maggie. Sasso out to Ava Winterburn, who's going to take the three.
Sure, why not, right?
It's the first one she's missed, I think. So you got Hobuz has got the ball, brings it down. Over to Moynihan. Moynihan throws it up off the rim. Winterburn has it, works her way back down the court. Winterburn looks around under the basket.
I'm not sure what that move was.
Well, I don't. Wasn't a bad. Probably should have been a travel.
Yeah. Got away with one there.
So Rogero's got the ball now. She's going to inbound this. Looks like the ball to Vaughn. Vaughn had time to take a three, but she went around.
Yeah, got a better shot.
That's like you said. When you get an opportunity to move in. So Vaughn hit a nice two there. So you got Bella now trying to take it in. She's going to take a three. Missed everything. Foreman kept that in, but just threw it behind Peyton Duff. We got Meredith Winterburn checking in now for her sister Ava. And we got Hobuz is going to inbound this now for Trinity. Into Bella. Bella underneath. Kicks it out to Moynihan. Moynihan's working it around. Duff's all over her. Oh, to Hobuz, to Bella. Tree tries to go in on Vaughn and Caroline, but there was no go there. Caroline stopped her. Ava Vaughn's got the ball, works it down to Meredith Winterburn. Meredith is on the outside, working around Hobuz. Out to Vaughn, to Caroline Foreman on top. Over to Ruggiero. Ruggiero's on her toes, scoping everything out.
Good ball
Foreman
movement.
to Vaughn. Vaughn takes a nice long three and hits that. Nice shot by Ava Vaughn.
Yeah, what an impressive possession to see the ball movement and then the ball reversal for the three-pointer in the corner. Beautiful.
It was really nice. So Moynihan steps in around Vaughn. Just missed. Vaughn gets her own rebound. Feeds Meredith Winterburn. Meredith tried to drive in, but kicked it out to Duff, who takes a three. Caroline Foreman's there for that rebound. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn almost took the same three.
Got a little poke in the eye there.
Yeah. Meredith Winterburn looks around.
Nice job, Steve.
Tries to pass it out to Duff, but it's basically blocked by Burley. Burley tries to go in and feed Moynihan, but it was broken up by Ruggiero. But it'll be Trinity's ball underneath. Score
No
51.
quitting from that Ruggiero kid.
That's right, 51-19 with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Moynihan took a shot.
Oh, might have got lucky on that one.
Vaughn gave
a little
extra
push and
push
shove
to Ashu.
A little exchange under the basket. I don't know what you saw on the replay there, but 51-19. We talked about not getting complacent, not getting lazy, lackadaisical, and
taking bad shots.
Yeah, and they really, I thought they kicked it up a notch.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, like we were both basically talking about, you didn't want to see them create any bad habits.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Coach Larky probably talked to them about that because they were a little guilty of that at the end of the first half.
Yep.
But they did clean it up. Did a lot better on shot selection. There was a few times where they might have been pushing it a little bit, but I think as a whole they played it pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
And they had good long possessions too.
It was. That's want to get comfortable you want to eat some clock away. I mean, we're in blowout city time. Eat some clock, move the ball around. And that last possession I told you before where they got the ball all the way around the perimeter, I think it was Meredith came across, Caroline got it. She got the defense collapsed on her. She kicked it to Ava, who was wide open in the corner.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ava hit a nice three.
Yeah, nice three, yeah.
Okay, Meredith Winterburn inbounds this. Start of the fourth quarter to Maggie Sasso. Back to Meredith Winterburn. Over to Maggie again. Maggie tried to go in. I thought she was going to go into Duff, but she held it up. Went to Ruggiero. Ruggiero tries to feed Caroline underneath, but it was intercepted by Moynihan. Moynihan's now coming down the court for Trinity. She almost lost that ball. Burley got it now. Over to Tour. Out of Tour to Moynihan. Was going to take the three, but Meredith Winterburn stopped her from doing that. Went into Tour. This will be a jump ball. Meredith Winterburn and Tour. So it's going to be Trinity will maintain possession of the ball. So who's this going to be? Audit to inbound it? Yeah, Audit's going to inbound this for Trinity. And looks like she's going to try to feed Bella. Nope. She went out to Burley. Out to Correa. Correa looks around. Over to Burley. And there was a block by Duff.
Yes. Her
Peyton
second.
Duff. Second foul. Peyton's another one. She's almost like a Ruggiero, mini
Yeah.
Ruggiero. She
gets in
very
there, right?
aggressive
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there. Yep. And you might think she's vertically challenged because she's not very big, but she's not
doesn't
really
stop
afraid to.
her.
It doesn't stop her at all. She's not afraid to go into anybody. So Ruggiero now is working this back down. It's 51-21 at this point. 30-point lead for Goffstown. Maggie Sasso kicks it out to Duff. From Meredith Winterburn over to Ruggiero. Ruggiero broken up a little bit by Correa, but I think there's going to be a foul here.
Yeah, that'll be 3 on her.
Dakota Correa here got a foul.
Yeah, and it's important right here at Goffstown. Take care of the ball. They're shooting some double teams at you, trying to force a turnover.
Ooh.
It's good look inside, just a little too high.
Yeah, Duff tried to feed Caroline Foreman in the paint. Ruggiero's going to check back in. And who's she taking out? Duff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Audit Tour is going to inbound this to Correa. Correa with the ball. She's going to work it down the court. Try to get around Ruggiero, which is easier said than done. To Tour. Trying to work around Caroline Foreman. I think Caroline drew a foul here, right?
I don't know if it
Was
was
it
her or
Ruggiero?
Ava reaching in.
No, 14.
Oh,
Meredith.
Meredith.
That's 3 for her, right?
It is, yeah.
So she's got 6 points and 3 fouls. So Audit Tour is going to be putting this up. She puts in the first one. 22 points now for Trinity.
And 11 of them are for Tour.
Yeah. And she'll probably hit this one. That'll be 12.
Yeah, she's
Nope, she missed
definitely the bright spot on their offensive side of the game.
Well, she's got half their points, but I think Ava Winterburn's
great.
probably got half ours. Maggie
Maggie.
got a nice layup underneath. Winterburn fed her, and Maggie took it right to the paint and hit a nice layup. Kind of an underhand.
It was, yeah. Good scoop. Ruggiero tipped it out, so Trinity will retain it.
And Audit Tour is going to inbound this. Over to Bella. Bella puts it up from three-point land off the
Ruggiero
rim.
with the rebound.
Over to Meredith Winterburn. Meredith's working her way down the court. Ooh, tried to feed Caroline. Caroline was covered by 2, though.
Yeah. Oh, and the foul. Bassett's
Ava
good.
Winterburn underneath. Again, unbelievable on getting those rebounds. Well, it just goes to show you like Ava Winterburn or Ruggiero, the hustle, the ball. It's not that these players are they're getting the ball because they're hustling for it.
Absolutely.
They're working hard to get it. Meredith checks out, and we have Morgan Dodge working her way back into the game.
That puts Winterburn at 31 for the night.
She needed 76 coming in.
Yeah, let's play one more quarter.
Yeah.
That way you can see it at home, Bob.
Right, I want it. So Audit put it up underneath, but it hit the rim. Sasso feeds Regier.
Well, there's two more.
Winterburn underneath. And that's a long break, again, that Goffstown's been really good at doing. So Burley got the ball over to Correa. Correa looks around, tries to go in and dodge. Going to call foul and dodge, reaching in. You have Astano and Penny Annis working their way back into the game. They're going to take out Caroline Foreman and Ava Ruggiero. 5.5 minutes left to go in this game. 58-22. Audit Tour is going to inbound this. Over to Bella, back to Audit. She's covered by Ava Winterburn. And Ava managed to hit it away, but it did go off Trinity, so this will be Goffstown possession.
Kind of tangled up on that move.
So Maggie Sasso brings it down the court, looks around. Ooh, kicked that out to dodge, but it was blocked by Moynihan. Moynihan comes down. Tried to go around Ava Winterburn, but I think, did Ava get a foul on that?
No,
or
just tipped the ball out, yeah.
Okay. So Burley's going to inbound this to Tour. Tour looks around. She's being covered by Dodge. Kicks it out to Bella, over to Moynihan. Moynihan tried to go in, just blocked by Penny Annis. Tours get the ball. Steps aside, tries to take a two, missed everything. Ava Winterburn with the ball, over to Maggie Sasso. Back out to Winterburn. Winterburn feeds Maggie underneath, and
kind
there's
of
going to be a
shove from
foul.
behind there.
Yep. Then good play. Girls are working each other underneath, so Stano's going to inbound this over to Winterburn right under the basket. That's doesn't get any easier than that for Ava.
35 on the night.
Wow, what a night.
I don't know. We don't have access to the record books, but I don't know what her career high is, but we got to be getting close.
Yeah, so Korea's got that to Burley, over to Moynihan. Moynihan back out to Burley, thought about the three, stepped in.
Oh, nice runner.
Yes, it was a nice.
Burley with a nice runner down the lane.
That was a nice basket. Good work by her. Maggie Sasso has the ball over to Astano. Astano looks around, kicks it out to Ava, into Dodge underneath. Dodge tried to go back to Astano and went out of bounds. So Vaughn's going to work her way back in for Winterburn. Okay, Trinity's changing everybody, it looks like. Wholesale change for Trinity.
Yeah. That's the old...
because of the score.
Yeah, just for you guys at home, if you're up 30 points at the high school level, it's a running clock.
So there's 3 minutes left in this game, and it'll be over.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, but
because it's going to keep running.
Coach Fraser just brought everybody in, signaling, I think we're done, guys. There's the white flag.
Yep.
Got a couple of the JV girls in there.
Yeah, so some of these girls I don't know because we don't have the... That was Audit, put it up. And broken up by Astano, over to Maggie Sasso. Oh! Hobuz gets in there with Maggie, fights for it. Over to Tour, Ashley Tour, come in and put it up, and she drew a foul on Abigail Astano. So that'll put her to the line. Scores 26-60. That'll stop the clock.
It's 13, it should be. Colin.
13, ref. The refs got a little confused.
Yeah.
13, it was Astano.
I mean, there's a lot of different people coming in and out here.
Yeah, so even referees have a hard time keeping track of all these numbers. See?
Thank goodness we're here, Bob.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Bringing calmness to the high school.
I know. We're the level-headed guys.
Yeah, we're not just the talent.
I know.
And the best-looking group.
I mean, we got Scott Grossbeat on that for sure.
Yep, there we go, yeah. We had to pick it up because they had the GoPro now. And Scott may have the silky voice, but not the silky... Oh, wow. Who was that? Moynihan got...
No, it was
Dodge
took it.
Oh, it was Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moynihan's on their team.
Yeah,
it was Dodge.
But, was
went into Tour.
Tour, yeah. Here's
Yeah.
the replay here. Tour gives a good swat down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crash. Yeah, that's... And Morgan Dodge is listed at 5'4". She seems a little shorter, but Tour there is well over 6 feet.
Yeah.
And the weight difference is pretty high.
Yeah.
Minimum 50 pounds.
At least.
80, maybe.
So we're at 220 here.
Push it up, push it up. Push it, Dexter.
Hobuz throws that into Tour. Out to Hobuz. And it was broken up by Penny Ennis. Over to Ava Vaughn. Vaughn works it underneath. Morgan Dodge to Duff. Ooh, tried to go back to Morgan. Morgan kept it in.
Yeah.
Threw it up. Hobuz gets the ball. To Trinity, so she's going to work it down with less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Hobuz looks around, feeds Ashu Tour
for three.
Hit a three-pointer. So now you have Vaughn coming down the court for Goffstown. It's 60-30 to Goffstown. Abigail Estano hits it over to Vaughn.
Good job, Lauren.
Vaughn works it back out to
Estano.
Estano. Goes for a three just off the rim. One of the JV players has it. Feeds underneath. Nice pass to Ashu, who hit a nice layup underneath the basket. Vaughn has the ball now. Over to Duff. Tries to feed Penny Ennis underneath, but that was
Again,
blocked.
still, some of these girls that don't get a lot of playing time at the varsity level, to watch Peyton looking to make that pass interior to the post, that's a good sign.
Right. Donald kicks it out to Dodge. Dodge surveys it into Duff.
It's got some company there.
Surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
And there was no way she was going to go anywhere with that.
Hobuz's first foul.
Yep.
That'll put Peyton at the line.
So that stopped the clock.
Yeah.
And Peyton Duff is going to be at the line taking a shot here. See if we can bring this up to a 30-point lead again. And first one misses.
Push it up.
Yeah, it was just one-on-one.
Oh, that's a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hobuz has it.
Go, Dexter.
She inbounds it to Tour.
Go, John, go.
Tour with the ball, working her way down the court. Less than a minute to go. To the other Tour,
was deep,
tries
yeah.
for a three. Duff's got the rebound, throws it over to Dodge, and that just went out of bounds.
Good
Just
thing their
behind
coach
Morgan
was standing
Dodge.
there. You would have got hit on that one.
Well, no, I was standing up ready to block that one. I was awake for that one. Hobuz inbounds this to Aisha Tour. Tries to feed her sister, but it's broken up by Dodge. Picked up by Trinity. Trinity tries to shoot a three, just missed. Went out of bounds on Trinity, so Goffstown will inbound this. There's 10 seconds left. Basically, this game's over because they had to chase the ball down the hall. They did stop the clock. Yes, the doors were left open, so the
I
ball...
know. Well, the snack stand's all put away, and
Yeah.
we're ready to go home Friday night.
We'll be doing some interviews tonight, so
Yeah, so
I
stick around.
encourage the crowd. That we know there's people in New Jersey, Florida, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I know that there's at least one Texas person watching this game tonight. So, very good game, I think, all around by the Lady Grizzlies tonight. We're looking at a final score of 60-32 over Trinity. I think when you come into a game like this, you're looking for Goffstown, clearly a better team to be able to dominate. I think they did pretty much in all phases of the game.
Yep.
So what was your impression overall?
Yeah, I think, the couple long road trips mixed in with that Bedford game, this is a game you circle on the calendar saying we're back home, let's play our game, let's push the ball, let's feed Ava, let's crash the boards. So I was happy to see it. And again, they were patient on offense. They moved the ball around. And this is how you want to bounce back after a short little road trip and a big game against Bedford.
Right, and you look at Ava Winterburn, who just had another career
Yeah,
night.
35 on the night.
Yeah, 35. I mean, of the 60 points, so more than half the scoring.
Yeah.
In fact, Winterburn Winterburn alone beat Trinity.
Exactly.
So that's really good. But she also did, I think, a good job dishing the ball too. So she got several assists and great job with rebounding.
Absolutely.
So we controlled all phases.
Yeah, definitely. Team win. We can ride on Ava's back at certain times, but she's making the rest of them are much better around her. To watch Maggie drive to the basket, to see Ava Ruggiero in there banging bodies with the big girls.
And even Peyton Duff got
Absolutely.
some time, and she
Yeah.
was doing the same.
Absolutely.
So we did get some players who sometimes don't get as much court time out there. Astano played pretty well.
Yep.
She was noticeable tonight. Caroline Foreman, of course, did her good job with rebounds. She even hit a 3.
Yeah.
I think.
No, she missed the 3.
Missed the
We'll
3,
talk
but
about that at
hit
home.
The 2.
No, I'm
yeah.
kidding.
You probably will. Leave her alone.
No, we won't.
But anyway, we're going to be back in just a few minutes, and we'll be doing a couple interviews. So a segment of Rose Between Two Thorns will continue.
Yes.
By popular demand.
Moving forward.
And good evening, Goffstown. Welcome back to the Grizzly Den, where we're sitting here with the first star of the game. Played an amazing game. Missed Ava Winterburn. 35 points tonight. So that's not bad. You beat Trinity by yourself, actually. So what'd you think?
It was a great game. I loved the pace that we were playing at. I love that we were playing our game and not playing down to their level. So it was a great game overall for everybody.
Yeah, I thought we were talking a lot during the game about how I felt a few times, and we've been noticing this with you. I mean, I've had the privilege of watching you your whole career here at the Goffstown Grizzlies, and I think over time, and the coach, I was telling Rob that the coach brought it up in the coach's corner 2 weeks ago when we did an interview, and I really was trying to put my finger on it. Okay, what are the differences with Ava Winterburn? Obviously, I think your shooting has gotten better. You got a much higher percentage now, all-around better basketball player. But one thing he pointed out, which I 100% agree with, I think this year it's a big difference in how you're really working and doing a good job making your teammates look better. And I know you're focusing on that, and I saw a lot of that in this game too. So how is it you're thinking going in, and how is it that you like to make your teammates do better?
Yeah, I know that defenders are going to key on me a lot. So being able to catch the ball and then get my teammates open is big because, everybody on this team can contribute in one way or another, and I just want to help elevate everybody else because it's a team sport. It's not just individual,
True. It looks like you're doing that.
Yeah. Well, we talked in the pregame about this little, schedule. So you were away at Spalding. Mm-hmm. Then you had the Bedford game, which, the tale of two halves. A great first half, second half didn't turn out. Yeah. And then you go on the road to Keene, 7:30 game, in the middle of the winter, all the way up there. This was kind of a game I felt could go, if we played sloppy, it could get ugly.
Yeah.
Talk about it. What was your game plan coming into this? After those 3 type of games you just played in the last week or so, what was the focus tonight?
Yeah, it was just to play at our tempo because we know that we can beat them and we know that they just came off of a good win versus Alvern. So we knew that we had to control the game from the start and we couldn't let it get into their hands.
Yeah, and I want to talk real quick because we didn't have a chance on the away game, the Keene game. So that was a game, 25-25 at halftime.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
A lot of things just weren't going our way.
Yeah.
And then I remember at one point looking down and then looking up, and I'm like, wait, we're up 17. Like, what happened at halftime?
I think that we started to focus more on the game plan and we started to really lock in on defense and, grabbing offensive boards, defensive boards and offensive boards was a really big part for us. So once we started grabbing more boards, looking up, and we scored a lot more.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, no, I mean, so as far as tonight's game, really good all the way around. Again, one of the things you mentioned, I felt everybody contributed tonight. Even the bench players getting in, they did a good job. Duff was noticeable. Astana was noticeable. And these are players that really don't get out there that often, but they all look good and contributed well.
Right.
And Meredith actually hit a few scores tonight, so that was really good to see that happen. So what do we do looking forward, or what are you looking at now for the next game or down the road? Not to look too far ahead, but another road game out in Dover, right?
The next South and then
South
Dover.
first.
Yeah, we just have to, continue to play our game. South can surprise a lot of people, so we have to be ready for it, and we can't underestimate them. And then Dover's going to be a good matchup, so. But, one day at a time.
Another thing we're going to mention, because it's probably going to happen when you're on the road, we brought it up a lot tonight. And actually, I was hoping if we could play maybe another half in this game, you might have hit it. Yeah. You were coming in 926, so just 74 shy of 1,000.
Wow.
So 35 tonight. You're really close.
I didn't know that. I knew I was close, but I didn't know I was that close.
Yes. So
we had some inside scoop. So
that's the way we're looking at it. So you're getting close. You're down to around 30, 35 more points, and so and
I appreciate that.
So we've been doing that kind of countdown type of thing. I know that's an important milestone for you. How do you feel about being able to hit 1,000?
It's really important for me, especially sophomore year and junior year, I never thought that I'd hit it because I had 35 points my freshman year, all together. So,
and you got 35 tonight. So
well, right.
Yeah.
So it's just something that, it didn't seem possible when I was younger, but coming into the senior season, I was like, I can really do this. I just have to come into my own and really, it's been a goal for me since the beginning of the season, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, and the other hurdle you had, which can't be undersold, was, you also had the shortened or weird season
Yeah.
with COVID.
Yeah, that
so
was affecting junior and sophomore and
Yeah.
freshman, sophomore, and junior year.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah, the end of your freshman year, but basically
Mostly sophomore and
year.
junior year.
So that really hurt, and it affected the number of games. So that makes
Yeah.
a difference too. But yeah, it looks like you'll hit it on the road. So we're not going to be able to celebrate with it until you get
No,
back.
but we'll be proud. I'll be there, and
I'll be at South.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be at Dover.
All right, so if it
I'm not
happens at
gonna be
Dover,
on.
if it happens at Dover, I'll FaceTime you so we can live stream you in,
Yeah,
so you
we'll
can
live
see
stream
it. You can see it live. So excellent job tonight, Ava.
Thank
Congratulations on the win, 35 points, and really taking this team to that championship level. So great job.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back with one more interview in Coach's Corner in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
Good evening again, Goffstown, and we're here with another star of the game. And this is Meredith Winterburn.
Yes.
And she's getting her first interview, and I'm so excited to put you on here. Sister had we thought maybe it was close to a career night. It's not a career night, but it was a very good night. You had a good night too, especially in the first half. So tell me, what was your game plan coming in?
All right, so coming into the game, we knew they were going to go into a 2-3 zone, and they extend their guards up high. So we were thinking to run an extended version of our gap, trying to get it into the middle first, because that's where their weak spot was. So we ran that at the beginning, and it was working, and then they moved into a man towards halftime, third quarter and stuff. So we had to adjust to that, go to our normal Duke and Baylor.
Yep.
Yeah, good. We talked with your sister. We talked about it during the broadcast a lot about what this last 2 weeks has looked like. 2 long road games, the Bedford game sandwich in between. Now you're back home tonight. In the locker room, or I know you guys go to Playa before the game. What was the talk? What do we got to do tonight?
So we knew Trinity, they're always a challenge for us. They give us a run for our money usually, and we knew 3 away games is a lot, especially when 2 of them are very, very far. We got back so late against Keene, but we had to lock in, get ready for this game. The talk was don't beat ourselves up, go to the next play. If you mess up, just get back on defense and do your part there. That's really important for us mentally. We have to stay in it when we make mistakes, and we knew that. So coming into this, that was one of our biggest focuses.
Yeah, one of the things I'm always impressed with is no matter what the rotation looks like or who's on the floor, you guys play well together. So whether that's, you're dishing the ball to Ava or Ruggiero's in there banging with the big people, the chemistry you guys have is very impressive. Do you guys work on that? Is it natural?
Well, I think a really big part of it is we're all very, very close. Like you said, we go to Playa before every home game and stuff. And I think that friendship that we kind of have, we hang out a lot outside of practices and inside practices. We're focused, but we know we're here for each other. And when we work on stuff, we're kind of doing it for the team. We're not doing it for ourselves. And I think that's really important for our chemistry here. And a really big part of our chemistry is my sister's been playing with Maggie and Ava and Caroline for so long.
Yeah.
And adding me to the mix last year, I guess, worked. But also getting to play with my sister, I have that chemistry with her, therefore chemistry with other people. So that's a really
Even
big part.
Sasso.
Yes, Sasso.
That's so he says it right.
No, I thought it was a great game from really beginning to end by everybody. We were talking a little bit with Ava, too. It was nice to see, too, in this game because we had a comfortable lead. I don't think the game was really that much in jeopardy. Trinity has a hard time really shooting or putting in the basket. But I think it was good, too, that we worked in a lot of the bench players, and even they stood out. I mean, Peyton Duff and Astano and, Penny playing, of course, getting more court time than she generally gets, and they were all noticeable out there tonight. So it's good that you get a mixture of everybody kind of in there.
I agree. Yeah, like, in some games, like it's really hard to kind of get your moment and get time onto the court. But everyone, like I'm saying, like works so hard in practice to get their time on the court, and I really agree with you guys. Like everyone who got on the court today made an impact, and I think that's partially like everyone has just been working so hard to like get there, to get your spot on the court. And I think our people who play tend to play more. Like we like to incorporate other people. We're not, I wouldn't say we're very selfish with each other. Like when someone comes on from the bench, they're just on the team with us. They're not a bench player, Right. Sorry, that sounded mean, but
no, that's not right.
No,
that was fine.
No, I think so. Why we have you, because we haven't had a chance to interview you. I want to talk about the Tooth Fairy game. So, you knocked your sister's tooth out.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't want to bring up a bad memory, but
no, it's fine.
I mean,
honestly.
I was there. I saw it happen. I didn't know it was you at first, and then your mom came over and said, Meredith knocked her tooth out.
Yeah.
How was the ride home?
It was actually so funny, like.
Not for Ava.
No, it was so funny for her. Oh God! Like we made a lot of TikToks with her, and she loved to show it off. Like, thankfully it wasn't her real tooth. It was just like a cap. I'm honestly glad it was me because it makes it more of a lighthearted moment than like her being mad at someone from Winnicott or anything. So, ride home, she was like, "It's not your fault. Like, things happen and stuff." So
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I call it the Tooth Fairy game, but yeah.
I'm glad it was a light moment.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to ask you, just to sort of get a feel for how you were thinking of it, obviously we were at the Bedford game. Very exciting. I think there was a lot of emotion in that. And basically we call it the tale of two halves. I mean, I felt the first half, I really felt that was probably the best half of basketball I've ever seen this team play. Where I felt you were really dominant throughout the whole game, or that first half.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to Rob, or might have been Ava Ruggiero's dad, I said, if they come out in the second half, play the same way, there's no way Bedford wins. What happened?
Well, sorry. I'm thinking
hate to put you on the spot.
No, I was thinking of something funny to say, but I probably shouldn't say it. So, but like. We knew, like, our locker room talk was, like, they're going to come back. They're going to be more aggressive. They're going to fight harder for this. Because, I mean, even though they should have, I don't think they expected us to come out like that in the first half. And so we knew they were going to come and hit us hard, and we knew we needed to adjust to it. I just think that on the defensive end, like, we kind of failed to do so. Our game plan was obviously don't let them get the ball into Lana. And I think we executed that very well in the first half, but in the second half, we kind of lost the track of that. And also, Kate stepped up. We knew she was good. We didn't know she was going to drop 26 on us, so that was tough. On the offensive end, I mean, myself, like, we turned the ball over a lot. Like, it's tough. They adjusted their defense. They played higher up, and we expected it, but it's tough to adjust to that, especially with my sister off the court, kind of being that second floor general and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got into foul trouble in there, too.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, listen, it was a great game by you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great
win.
team win, I think.
I agree.
And something to build on now for another few games on the road. So we'll be back with Coach's Corner, and we'll wrap this up tonight. Thank you. And good evening, Goffstown. Welcome back. It was a great team victory for Goffstown Lady Grizzlies. 60-32, I believe, was the final score. We're here at Coach's Corner, our second Coach's Corner. We're obviously here with Coach Larger. What did you think of the game tonight, and what was sort of the plan going in?
First of all, it was a weird week, with the weather and everything, and
The
coming
travel.
a little travel, going to Keene, which is we sacrificed a little sleep this week, so that there's that. That was a 7:00 game, so we got in late too. So
And it didn't start till 7:30.
right, didn't start till 7:30, so I think we got in at 11. So I think in some ways, probably having Wednesday off at practice wasn't a bad thing, and. We came in yesterday for practice fresh. It was very obvious, like how it was maybe the best practice we've had all year, and so that carried over into tonight.
Yeah.
It was really obvious to see. Like, I was really impressed with the way we were prepared for a late practice last night, and then they came out and they executed everything that we worked on early in the game. They're great kids, and they work so hard and they apply so much. So
after that practice, you must have felt pretty confident coming into tonight. I mean, Goffstown should have dominated Trinity anyway, but you had to be pretty confident in how they were playing.
Yeah. I mean, I was confident, but at the same time, so this was Achol Tor's first game back
Yes.
from. So that always happens. I feel
And
like
she gave us trouble last year.
really,
Yes.
and she always does
In that small gym.
For the last 3 years, I mean, I feel like she's given us all we can handle,
Yeah.
and so, that was a little wrinkle we weren't necessarily expecting for her to come back tonight. But I think just our pace, our tempo, I had a feeling that if we just kind of did what we've done all year and played our style of play, that they would have a hard time keeping up with that.
Yeah. I would, you mentioned this roller coaster of a ride the last 2 weeks with weather, midterm exams.
Yeah.
You're on the road in Spalding. Then you have your biggest rivalry game, Bedford sandwiched in between Keene and then this game. How do you prepare for that roller coaster ride?
Yeah, and I think the big one, too, is like you're not really sure how the reset's going to be after Bedford, right? After a game like that, after a game where it's the emotional highs and lows of just that game of being up 10 at the half and just kind of not putting it away in the second half, and that mood in the locker room. You just wonder, okay, what's this going to look like going forward? Are they going to put in the same work ethic that they have been all along, and they haven't missed a beat.
Yeah.
And so it's just everything. It's the way we've kind of been ready to go at every single practice, ready for the bus every time we've got to go on the road. Getting in this little routine of when we go to those long distance places of keeping them on their feet, maybe doing a little stuff socially where we're, going to Target in Rochester or wherever we went in Keene. And so that stuff I think has helped too in terms of the bonding, in terms of the just the energy that they come into every game with.
Yeah, and I don't want to, the Bedford game we talked earlier about, and we thought that first half was probably the best half of basketball we've seen this team play together.
I agree with that.
That was a championship-level effort.
Yeah.
100%. They made some adjustments. I think we got away from our game plan a little bit, a little
think so.
frustration,
I think so.
which is okay because I think to see what they're capable of.
Right.
And now they're starting to believe in themselves, I think.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Like you said, maybe a little upset after the game in the locker room, but what do you build off of a game like that?
Yeah, it's always great to get, I think, people's opinions of especially people that know basketball to look at a game like that and see how we looked in the first half and how we looked in the second half. And I think some people took away, wow, you played a really great half, and then the second half, what happened there? And I think we came away with that same feeling of I think we can sustain it for two halves, but I think we were also. And I was talking to some of my family members, and they said, you've never been in a situation where you've had a lead at Bedford at the half, and I think that was a new demon that we have to exercise. So like now we know we can play with them. Now we know that we can compete at that highest level in New Hampshire basketball, and probably if we're on our game, I don't know there's many teams in the state that can play that if we play that for 2 halves, I don't think anybody else can play that
Agreed.
way for 2 halves.
I would agree.
That's exactly what I was telling Rob when we were at the game. I after the first half, I said, if they come out in the second half like this, Bedford cannot win. They will not win the game. The second half didn't go our way, but I just have a sneaking feeling, you probably do too, we're going to see Bedford again. We're going to have an opportunity to avenge that, and it was good to see what the girls are actually capable of when they put the whole game together, because we know they can do it.
Yeah, and it's now the conversation isn't we can do it. Hey, we have done it, right? Now we just got to do it for 32 minutes.
Right.
Right. And so, you've got a lead going into the fourth quarter at Bedford. Even if you had a 10-point lead, now you only got a 1-point lead. You still take that as a coach and say, hey, we get a lead for 3 quarters of basketball. Now all we got to do is finish the game and win the fourth quarter. And I think that's an important hurdle that we can get over, manageable hurdle if it happens again. And I think you're right. I think it could very well happen again.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going on the road to South. That's the next one on the docket here. What do we know about South?
Good team, athletic team, quick guards, some good shooters there. Maisie Barker, I think, is their leading scorer right now. But they've got other kids that can score the ball as well. They've got a little bit of height, a little bit of length. So it's another challenge. I think, again, if we play the way we're accustomed to playing, that's an advantage in this one. So,
well, you and I sound like a broken record because I say it in the pregame show. If we play in our rhythm and our style, if we play Grizzly, and I think I wrote it on one of these sheets tonight, if we play Grizzly-style basketball, we're going to win. We're the better team.
Yeah, so it'll be a matter of tempo, and I think the Dover game is going to be the same thing, too. It's going to be which team can dictate that tempo, and the games that we've maybe struggled, or the halves that we've struggled, have been where we really weren't able to kind of get into the tempo or the pace of the game that we want.
Yeah.
And Dover is going to be a little bit of a struggle because it's another road trip game.
Long road trip and really good team.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a haul.
We've talked a lot about Ava Winterburn. I mean, you're blessed with a gifted athlete at that level. We had Meredith on, and that's the first interview we've done with Meredith. So it's neat to hear her. What I love about Meredith and what she just said to us is how she fits in with those pieces. She mentioned, my sister and those other seniors have been playing together for all these years, and I kind of stepped in with them. And it's seamless. I mean, it doesn't matter who's on the floor. The 5 on the floor play together.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with what she had to say.
And she also contributed. We mentioned too that carried over and we saw a lot more of the bench players tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, Astana was out there a lot. Peyton Duff was out there. Penny Annis, and it seemed seamless. No matter who you put out there, they seemed to fill the void of the player they were taking the place of.
It really feels that way, and I think a big part of that is chemistry. A big part of that is summer league and the time that we've had together in the preseason. But I think the biggest piece of it is just who these kids are individually and the way that they sacrifice for each other, the way that they cheer for each other when they're on the bench, the way that they really root for each other. It's just when you have individuals like that really buy in and get it, like you're gonna be pretty successful, and it's gonna be easy to plug people in because they're gonna make it work.
Well, and you find it's contagious.
Yeah.
Even the younger girls that haven't played with the older girls for 3 years, that's contagious. You're building a brand of basketball and a program, then that culture that I step in and I work hard and I cheer for my teammate.
Right.
Yep. And you got to have the players that buy into that and that have the maturity to be able to do that. And we have that with the seniors, and that has impacted, that next group too, which is really great to see.
And it is great. And again, it was a great team victory for Goffstown, the Lady Grizzlies. And we're going to sign out here from the Grizzly Den. And thank you, Coach Largy, for being on with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Bob.
And this is Bob Bartolucci, Rob Foreman.
We'll
We're signing out.
Guys.
We'll see you.
Thanks, guys.